Okay, and you can go through this book Sadhku, Principles of Electromagnetics by Sadhku, and you will get it online. The same book. You can go through the problems, but make sure you do the problems because it is important. Will be in the exam will not be purely theory based. It will have derivations and problems, or maybe derivations and problems only. It will not be like asking what is this, what is that. Okay, so make sure you do uh, exercise on how to derive the different things that they have derived in the class and do the problems. Regarding Smith chart, you already know what is the maximum problem that you can have that we have already done in the class. And so if you are thorough with that, then you will get easily the full marks for Smith chart. But for other problems, make sure you practice. Okay, so I'll try to upload some problems and the solutions in the coming next few days. I'll try to solve some problems today also if we have time. Okay, fine. So so we'll continue with the class EC303 by electromagnetic theory. And so we have been looking at module number 5, transmission lines, particularly for Smith chart. So in this class, we're going to look at something called as transmission line as circuit elements. Okay, fine. So we have seen in the previous class that a short circuited line has an input impedance is equal to J Z0 tan beta. This is the input impedance of a short circuited line. This we have seen in our previous class. Now, usually the value of Z0 is usually real. You can always consider as real. Like most of the times it will be real. Okay. Usually, it's not I am saying that it will be every time it will be real. I'm saying that majority of the times the value of Z0 is real. So if you look at this expression of ZC, you see that it is purely imaginary and positive. So what does that mean? So what type of impedance does it indicate? A positive purely imaginary impedance for, and this for positive value of tan beta implies this is like a inductive reactance, right? Tan beta positive angle, you have this impedance J0 tan beta as positive, which is basically an inductive reactance. And then if tan beta is negative, implies it is purely imaginary and negative. So what do you mean by you have a reactance which is purely imaginary and negative? It is a capacitive reactance. Okay. And by you see in this equation, the value of beta is constant. Okay. The value of beta is equal to 2 pi by lambda. But in any transmission line, so this is an input impedance. This L is the distance at which you are going to find the impedance. So L is the distance at which the impedance is found. Remember, the load is a short circuit. So this is a short circuit load. Okay, so by varying L, that means as you travel along the transmission line, you can change the capacitance or inductance value. So this is called as circuit element. So you can see that the transmission line, as you of a short circuited load transmission line, when you change the length, or if you measure the length at different points of transmission line, you can realize a reactance, a capacitive or inductive reactance, and the value of capacitive or inductive reactance can be changed by looking at different points of the transmission line. So if you have a transmission line like this, okay, there is a load saddle, and you have, if you, for example, the saddle should be equal to 0, which is basically a short circuit. And if you, let's say you are measuring an L here, let's say this L is from the load, you are finding the input impedance here. Okay, so if you find the input impedance here, then it will have something like Z in is equal to J into, so there is some Z0 for this transmission line, let's say 5 ohm. Means at this point you have a inductive reactance. Now you change the position somewhere here, which is like L dash from the load. Now here you might have Z in is equal to minus J 10 ohm, which is a capacitive reactance. Okay, so by changing the length of the transmission, or by looking at different points of the transmission line, often in which the load is short circuited, you can find, or you can realize different types of reactances. Okay, so we are going to look at what are the possible ways. Okay, so this is for short circuit. Similarly, we will have the same thing for open circuit also. So let's look at this as possible. So your ZC SC is equal to JZ0 tan beta L. Okay, so, and beta is equal to 2 pi by lambda. If you plot the diagram for tan, you see that it will be something like this. So let me put in a different. So this is tan, and at this point, you might have. Okay, so this is 0 radians. So this is in radians, and this is the amplitude. So this is 0. This is pi by 2. Okay, so this is 3 pi by 2. There's a pi coming here. Sorry, I think I need to draw it a bit more neatly. So I can draw it something like this. So this is 3 pi by 2. This is pi. So wherever there is a 0 crossing, it is pi. It's a multiple of pi. Okay, so when your value of tan beta L or beta L is between this range, then the value of tan is positive. And if it is between this range, the value of tan is negative. Okay, so when will this range happen? For the positive range, implies your value of beta L should be less than pi by 2. Okay. And so the beta value is 2 pi by lambda into L, which is less than pi by 2. Okay. So what should be the value of lambda? So your value of lambda should be between 0 and, oh, sorry, if the value of L should be between 0 and lambda by 4. Because at lambda by 4, beta L value is 2 pi by lambda into lambda by 4, that is pi by 2. Okay. So if the length is between 0 and lambda by 4, you have positive value of tan beta L. Implies your set C is equal to J set 0 multiplied by some positive value. And this realizes an inductive reactance. Okay. In a similar way, if so, for negative value, the value should be between pi by 2 the beta value of beta value should be between pi by 2 and pi. So the value of L, I can expand this as 2 pi by lambda into L less than pi, implies the value of length of the transmission line should be between lambda by 4 less than L less than lambda by 2. Okay. So in this region, the value of tan beta L is negative. Implies the value of set C is equal to J set 0 multiplied by some negative value. And this realizes a capacitive reactance. Okay. Now at 0 or at pi by 2, you have a different value. At 0,
Sir, ഇവിടെ pi by 4 അല്ലേ sir? Pi by 2
lambda by ഏതാണ് ഈ സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ആണോ?
lambda by
lambda
4.
by 4. Okay, fine, thanks.
Mm.
ആരാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്?
Gayatri case.
Okay, thank you. So this is lambda by 4. Fine. And so at beta L is equal to 0. Sorry. At beta L equal to 0 implies tan of beta L is equal to 0. Okay, or set SC is equal to 0. So this can be something called as or it resembles a series resonance circuit in which you have the impedance is 0. Similarly, at beta L is equal to pi by 2, that means at L lambda by 4, your Z SC is equal to infinity. That is evident from this figure. Okay, and this resembles a parallel resonant circuit. Okay, so to find the value of the length, basically your Z SC is equal to J Z0 tan of beta L. The value of L will be 1 by beta tan inverse ZSC by Z0. So to find a particular length for a particular impedance, ZSC, you can, so this is basically the impedance that you want to have. Let's say this is X, or the reactance that you want to have. So for that particular reactance, what should be the length of the transmission line if the transmission line is short circuited? Okay, so this is the expression for the length of the transmission line. Okay. So if you make a table for this, okay, so this is length and this is reactance. For 0 less than L less than lambda by 4, the reactance is inductive. For lambda by 4 less than L less than lambda by 2, it is capacitive. For multiples of lambda by 4, or odd multiples of lambda by 4, that is 2n plus 1 into lambda by 4, this is a series resonance circuit. Sorry, this is a parallel resonance circuit. And for odd multiples of lambda by 2, this is a series resonant circuit. Okay, so this is a general table in which you can realize for a short circuited load connected to a transmission line, what is the possible ways of realizing different impedances. In a similar way, if you have a open circuited load, then we know that ZOC is equal to minus J Z0 cot beta L. Okay, and if you draw the diagram for the cot value, you see that it is just the opposite of tan, inverse of tan. Like this. This is radians. So this crossing is at pi by 2. This crossing is at 3 pi by 2. This point is at pi, and this point is at 0. Okay. So this is just the inverse of tan. So whatever tan have for inductive will be now capacitive, and whatever short circuit have for capacitive will be now inductive. So whatever this table is there, you just reverse inductive and capacitive, you will get for the cot. Okay. So you will have for 0 less than L less than lambda by 4, this is a capacitive reactance. For lambda by 4 less than L less than lambda by 2, this gives a inductive reactance. And for beta L or 2n plus 1 into lambda by 4, this gives a series resonant circuit. And for 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2, this gives a parallel resonant circuit. Okay. So I'm not deriving that for COT because it is the same procedure as TAN, where you see that you can find the positive range and the negative range because there is a minus sign in the COT. Because of the minus sign, by if the COT value is positive, then it is capacitive. If the COT value is negative, then it will be inductive reactances. Okay, so this is for the open circuit case. So this is for open circuited transmission line. So what we have found is by having a load, either short circuit or open circuit, you can realize, that means you can create a capacitive reactance of a capacitor value or inductive reactance of an inductor value by having a transmission line of a particular length, or you can have a you can sample the transmission line at any particular length L, and you will find that you will have corresponding capacitive reactance or inductive reactance. Okay, that means you can realize, or you can realize the transmission line as some kind of a reactance circuit. Okay, so this is the last topic in our module, which is the transmission line as circuit elements. Okay, and I think now we have finished our module number 5, which is the continuation of transmission lines. Okay, so I'll also upload this notes and the video to the group classroom, and make sure you go through the notes and the video. And also the question paper is also uploaded in the classroom, 4 years of question paper, those who have joined late. So have a look at the question paper, because there are, if you look at the question paper, you can see the pattern. It's mostly derivations and the problems. There are very less number of questions where it is purely theory based. So make sure you understand all the derivations that we have spoken in the class. Okay, and for problems, I'll do one sample problem maybe. Okay, so I would suggest you to write all the equations in a sheet of paper. Okay, because the equations that we have derived is in different lectures. You consolidate all the equations in a sheet of paper so that it will be there with you. You can study that. Anyway, it is an online exam. You always have that liberty to look into the paper and online material. So make sure that you have that material with you, because it will be helpful. And when we prepare the question paper also, we know that you have that freedom or to look into the materials. So it might not be as easy as you think. So, but make sure you have all the materials, particularly the equations. You write the equations, everything in a sheet of paper, and keep it with you. Okay, so that if you want to manipulate any equations, you can just look into equation and see how can you relate to different equations, etc., etc. Okay, so I will try to do a problem. This is so Smith chart problems we have already covered, so I don't think we need to do any of the Smith chart problems. The whatever is taught in the class, that's a maximum it can come. I don't think anything more can come. Okay, but only the concept of Smith chart is enough. How, what, why, everything. If you answer the questions regarding Smith chart, you can attempt any such problems. In Smith chart, there is a double step matching. Usually is there. It is not there in our syllabus, but if you are studying for GATE or something like that, it is there in the GATE syllabus. So make sure if you're studying for GATE, make sure you look into double step matching. Okay. So I'll try to. I think we have another 15 minutes. So I'll try to do one problem. It's a very simple problem. Okay. So just to get a feel for how the problems look like, I'll try to upload more problems and the solutions. And also, you can look into the problems of the Sadhguru textbook. I think it is available online. Um, I think you can look at the site libgen.is where you will get the Sadhguru textbook and look at the solved examples. So some of the examples that I have solved in the Smith chart is from there only. Look at the solved examples, and also there are practice problems at the end of the text at the end of the chapter. So go through that also. Transmission lines problems are very easy. It's not nothing is there. Okay, so if you know the concepts, everything is fine. Okay, so let me write one problem. So the problem is like this. An air has a characteristic impedance of 70 ohm. So this is from module number 1, okay? And a phase constant of 3 radians per meter at 100 megahertz. Calculate inductance per meter and capacitance per meter of the line. Okay. So when you answer, first you do is you write down what are the things that is given. So what are the things that is given? Z0 is given, which is equal to 70 ohm. That is here. Characteristic impedance. Okay. And then you have given the phase constant. What is phase constant? It is beta. That is 3 radians per meter. And then you are given the frequency, which is 100 megahertz. So F is equal to 100 megahertz. Now write down what are things you want to find. First is you want to find out inductance per meter. Okay, so inductance, and what should be the unit of inductance? It is Henry per meter, because you are going to calculate a distributed element. The unit is Henry per meter. Make sure you give the unit also. The next you want to calculate is capacitance, which is farad per meter. So these are things that you want to calculate. So now thing is, if you want to calculate inductance or capacitance, usually you need to have, like, since Z0 is there, you know the expression for Z0, root over R plus J omega L plus G plus J omega C. And but the values of G or R is not given. So how can we calculate this? So here the air is the medium, and the air can be regarded as a lossless transmission line. Okay, you can, here, just because the material is air, you can regard it as a lossless transmission line. Now, since it is a lossless transmission line, the values of R, resistance, and G will be equal to 0. That we have already seen. And the attenuation constant alpha will also be equal to 0. Okay, I think we have derived in third or fourth or fifth class. Okay, so the value of R and G is 0, and alpha is 0. Okay, the Z0 is the actual expression for Z0 is root over R plus j omega L by G plus j omega C. When R and G are 0, we know that this will be root over L by C because this is a lossless transmission line. Okay, and beta, we have already seen that the expression for beta for a lossless transmission line is omega into root over LC. Okay, so this is why I am saying that make sure you have a sheet of paper in which you have written all the equations, because whenever you want to use it, you can always use it. Okay, so if you want to know how this is derived, you can go back to our lecture and can see how it is derived. Okay, so now you have two expressions in terms of omega L and C, in terms of L and C. Fine. From here, you want to find out what is the value of L and what is the value of C. If you compare these two expressions, you can see that omega is there, okay, which the value is given, and the value of L appears here in the numerator, here also in the numerator. So if you somehow divide both of them, then the L will get vanished. The C, so if you divide both, the C here is in the numerator and this is in the denominator. So when you divide these two, then the C will come up. Okay, so if I do Z0 by beta, this is equal to root over L by C divided by omega into root over LC. So if you do this, the L is in the numerator, it will get cancelled. The C will come down. This will be equal to 1 by omega into root C will become C. And we know the value of Z0 and beta, that is already given, which is this. Okay, so if you substitute that, 70 by 3 is equal to 1 by omega also we know, which is F, 2 pi into 100 into 10 raised to 6 multiplied by C. So implies C is equal to, you can just cross multiply or we can just invert and you can do whatever you want to do. So this is 3 by 2 pi into 100 into 10 raised to 6 into 70. And you can find the answer. Okay. And next, if you want to find L, you see in the same expression here, if you multiply, the C will get cancelled. Okay, so if you do Z0 into beta, that will be omega into root over LC into root over L by C. The CC will get cancelled. This is omega into L. So the L value is equal to Z0 into beta by omega. You know Z0, you know beta, you know omega. Substitute the value, you get the value. And make sure that the values are given with proper units. So C is farad per meter and L is Henry per meter. Okay. So the problems can be asked like this, where it is not a direct substitution, but you can look at different equations, combine them in some manner so that you will get the values of the parameters. Okay, so this is one problem. I will pose some more problems. So I will not be giving complete solution, like I'll be giving which all equations to use and in what all ways you can combine so that you will get the value. Okay, so that you can look and maybe if you want to solve more problems, let me know so that before the exams I can schedule an extra time to solve the problems. So that is up to you. If you want, you can let me know. Okay, because anyway there will be problems for almost all the questions. Okay, so if you have the question 1A, first question has two parts, A and B. Most probably it will be first part will be A part will be derivation and B part will be a problem. So make sure you do the problems. We haven't done the problems too much in the class. Uh, the Smith chart we have already covered. These problems, if you want to have an extra session in which you want to discuss the problems, that is totally fine. Let me know if you want to have the discussion on problems and we will solve them. Okay, fine. Now, you can mark your attendance in the chat. Okay, so if you're done marking, I would like to know that കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം ഷാഹിദ് എന്നോട് പറഞ്ഞു that you are having supplementary exam and because of which this is getting overloaded. Uh, I can reduce the assignment load and the quiz load. That is fine for me because you have supplementary exam. പക്ഷേ കോപ്പി അടിക്കുന്നതിന് I don't think that is an excuse. If you had such a problem, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നേരത്തെ എന്നോട് പറയായിരുന്നു. I would have considered